What's up, everyone? We got Lamar Jackson Fan Club here versus Ultimate Dan. We're starting off their pro draft. It's going to be Intensify and Red Panda here casting for you.
Yep, and it looks like they have the bands are going real quick. The Draven, I know their ADC, that's one of his top plate champs, along with Callista. So, and then banning out the two brothers of Yasao and Yone.
Yep, and we see the Aatrox and the Hecarim also coming out for blue side.
And Samira. I don't think Samira's really that
Samira
strong
banned.
anymore, honestly, but
Yeah, I would say that she's a weaker pick right now.
yeah, I would have
First
definitely
picking
thrown
Jhin.
I would have definitely thrown that ban towards the Jhin. But Samira's still up there, and she's definitely kind of and the counter pick Tristana. That is
Oh,
Jin's worst matchup, actually.
yeah, taking a page out of my playbook with the Tristana here. Let's see what their second pick's going to be.
Yeah. I remember playing you. I wanted to play Jin, and I did ban the Tristana. So
Ooh, Trist Blitzcrank. Interesting. So they're going to try to go all in on this Jhin.
yeah. When Jin's champ with no mobility, he steps up for just a second. Blitzcrank Tristana's gonna just be able to kill him immediately.
So it looks like Blitzcrank is actually a Nautilus. That's what Jan is saying here in chat. So we have Trist Nautilus versus Jhin Thresh in the bot lane. Who do you think wins that bot lane?
I think Tristana Nautilus does. I mean, Nautilus really tanky. His damage is a little underrated, and plus Tristana's a direct counter to Jhin. She outscales him late game. She also just can abuse a lot of champions that have no mobility with her rocket jump. So, and then the Rengar is going to come in for the jungle in Lamar Jackson's fan club.
Interesting.
So I think that's also his top played jungler. I think I remember he played that versus us. Very aggressive, very good at it. And the Olaf coming out as well. You probably know more a little bit about jungle matchups. Who do you think has the better situation right now?
Rengar versus Olaf is Olaf is going to win it early, and it actually does scale a little bit better. It just depends entirely on how good the Rengar gets to see if he can burst out the carries of Ultimate Dan.
I also want to note that 3 mid laners have been banned by Ultimate Dan. So they're really trying to ban out
Yeah,
that
well, yeah, Lamar Jackson is known for his kind of strict champion pool. It's the one team that we managed to get a win off of so far, and Viz and Mordekaiser bans going off against Lamar Jackson.
ban through the Darius. So I would say Darius, one of the bigger lane bullies in this meta right now. He's kind of annoying to deal with in the top lane. I know it's one of Ketchup's least favorite people to go up against, from at least my team's perspective. But they're going to go out with the Kled. Looks like no official lock-in yet, and it is the Kled. So
Interesting. So they have Ultimate Dan has a very aggro team right now, based off of getting picks around Vision that they have. Whereas Lamar Jackson, it looks like they're gonna set up picks with Rengar and try to get him out with Thresh Lantern and follow it up with Jhin ults. The Shen, that's interesting.
Yeah, the Shen. I love Shen actually top. Shen top's really, really good right now, especially since they're gonna have the Tristana Nautilus, and he's gonna be able to use his ultimate bot lane and probably be able to protect Thresh and Jhin a little bit better than
Oh, and the Vladimir.
Vladimir mid.
You know, I hate to say it, but I really don't like the Vladimir here. The
I
one
don't mind
carry
it.
that Tristan, like he can get on Tristana, but the rest of the team he's kind of useless against, I think.
Honestly, I don't like the Akali pick into it, actually. I don't mind the Vladimir pick actually now that they have Akali. I'm not, being as Vladimir has the escape and can negate her ult and her, I think, E.
So I actually think the Akali pick is great. I think the Akali pick is great because Shen can ult Rengar, and the only person that they're going to be able to jump on is Tristana, which Nautilus should be able to peel. They're not going to they're not going to jump on Kled. They're not going to jump on Olaf. And I actually do prefer Ultimate Dan's team comp much better here.
I do too, just because the Olaf's early aggression and being able to have Tristana and Nautilus almost directly counter that bot lane. I think if you get the Akali
Mhm.
fed, that's going to be even bigger. But we'll see how they set that up with the Vladimir being a little bit more of a safer pick against Akali.
Okay. So it looks like one of Ultimate Dan's members has to switch accounts real quick because he does not have a Akali on that account.
Kind of hard to play your champion when you don't own it.
You know, I've tried it once or twice. Doesn't really work.
Seeing how I only play 3 champions, never tried it.
Yeah. So looking more at this, let's look at top lane. Who are you expecting to win out of top lane?
I'm expecting Kled to come out with probably a gold lead in top lane because I see Shin as more of a champion in this game. He's gonna probably have to use his ult to roam a lot.
Mm-hmm.
But I think Kled definitely, if he wants to fight 1v1 versus Shin, can come out on top more times than not.
And something that needs to be noted is Ultimate Dan is actually, I'm pretty sure they're running 2 subs in this game, Axiom and Yan, in top and jungle respectively.
I think they actually had Yan last game too. They played, but yeah,
Okay.
Axiom they didn't have last time. Obviously, because he's in a team. But I've played with
Mm-hmm.
Axiom during the preseason. He's really good, and that explains actually the Aatrox ban a little bit because he's definitely a solo carry on Aatrox. So
Yeah, for sure.
I've never seen him play Shin. I've seen him play Aatrox Renekton mostly.
Well, Axiom's gonna be on the Kled this game.
Yeah, I was just talking about the two
Oh,
ban. Oh yeah, never mind. Yeah, I've never seen him on Kled
you're
either.
good.
The
You're
Shin.
good. Yeah. I'm really expecting a lot out of Lamar Jackson fan here in this one. He is, I think, the highest rated player in his team, and um, Vladimir is a spicy pick. I would love to see him, get some solo kills, see what he can do, or get those big team fight ults. Another person to look out for on Lamar Jackson fan club is Yogiza. I have heard he's quite the strong jungler, and that would be nice to see some cool Rengar plays out of him.
And one thing I also want to note, I think Enemy said last week he was hoping to see some more assassins play in the mid lane, like Zed,
Hmm.
Akali, and Katarina. And he is an assassin player, so I guess he's finally following through on that because we haven't seen a lot of Zed or Akali played.
Yeah, for sure.
And
We got the Zed banned away from us today, so there's no chance of that.
yeah, I wouldn't blame anybody for banning Zed the champion, especially as an ADC main. I'm not sure how
Hmm.
top laners and everybody else feel about him, but as
Yeah.
ADC,
So I am quite excited to see what kind of summoner spells we get out of the top and mid lanes here. Are we going to see a difference in TPs, or are we just going to see everyone run TPs? Is going to affect how the bot lane is played out, or should be played out, and might give us a hint on who's going to start winning the bot lane. I know I asked you earlier about the bot lane matchup being Jhin Thresh versus Tristana Nautilus. However, I actually do think that Jhin Thresh does win that if Thresh plays well.
yeah, that's how most bot lanes work. Is support kind of dictating the lane. Just in a pure
Hmm.
matchup wise, though, Tristana, if you're just looking at the ADCs, Tristana has a very high win rate against Jhin, and Nautilus is pretty good with Tristana just being able to lock people down long enough for her to get her explosive charge off.
Right. Yeah, totally.
I think that it will come down to how well the Thresh plays, and if the Jhin is able to, stay back and not get caught by the Nautilus hooks, he should be able to come out. I mean, the champion is one of the best champions in the game, right?
Yeah. The bot lane winning, whichever side wins, I mean, should dictate the flow of dragons. To go Olaf's way in terms of dragons, but we'll have to see what happens.
Yeah, it all depends on how Rengar wants to play it, because Tristana Nautilus definitely a lot more pressure in that lane with her high mobility and just being able to get in and out. And she can clear the waves a little bit faster, especially with the Q nerfs. But we will have about a 3-minute delay before we are able to load into the game. So, but you're still riding on the Ultimate Dan draft.
Yeah, I do like the draft better. It'll obviously come down to execution though.
Yeah, a lot of these matchups, it just depends on how the Shin wants to play it out and how well the Akali can make sure Vlad, because Vlad late game is definitely very hard to play against, but early game he's just kind of a safe champion that is just trying to farm up. And Akali definitely can be a little bit more aggressive level 3 through 6. I definitely think I feel like mid lane will be the most interesting one to watch for me. Could be either boring because it's just going to be a Vladimir farming, or it could be really exciting because it's going to be an Akali roaming around the map and being able to get picks in the bot lane.
Yeah, I think to me the most exciting person to watch in this game is going to be the Olaf. I think a good Olaf dictates the.
Cut out a little bit there. I think you froze up. So I think I am solo casting right now. As we have.
So the game can get his lanes rolling. Oh, I'm sorry. It's an interesting person. It should be good, right?
Yeah, you're good now. You completely cut out talking about the Olaf. But yeah, we're going to a stream pause though.
Alright, looks like we're getting
into the game. Yep.
It's still on pause.
quick jungler
History's
trinkets.
still on pause.
Wait, so they can or can't hear us right now? My question. Okay.
So yeah, we get trinket wards going down in top river here as we start the game up. Both junglers going back. It looks like for their red wards or red trinket. Sorry, pretty standard.
Yeah, we're gonna have Rengar starting on the top side and starting on the bot side. Both junglers starting their blue buffs.
Yeah, very interesting. Looks like Yogi's wants early pressure on bot side.
Yeah, like I said,
I'd like
unless the Jin goes Gale Force, it's gonna, and that's even later into the game. He decides to push up. It could be that Olaf can abuse.
They do get the early lead though, not having to leash the jungler. I do find that it's interesting that Akali went Thorn's Shield here instead of Thorn's Ring.
Yeah, especially with Vladimir not having a ton of damage in the early game. And that's where that grenade nerf comes in. That damage would have been able to kill all three of those minions last patch, but this patch was not able to, and he missed out on 2 different minions.
Looks like bot gets the level
You're going in on
2.
Thresh able to make
big
it out.
trade on the Thresh there.
Yeah, Thresh able to make it out, but he is under half HP. A little bit of some trade going on in mid lane.
Interestingly enough, Rengar went for the full clear top side and the bot side, and Olaf skipped his wolves and his raptors. This will give
Yeah.
Olaf topside scuttle.
And right now they do have vision of the Olaf because they warded that raptor bit. Like we suspected, not too much action going on too early with all the champions being able to play pretty passively against the aggressive champs like the Tristana and the Vladimir.
You know, thinking about it more, I do like the Vladimir pick, just for the sake that there is a skill differential in mid lane, and he will be able to scale, it seems like, quicker than normal.
Yeah, if you can watch the amount of damage that she is doing to him, and there's it is the pool, he's able to heal it back so quickly.
Olaf walking right through mid thinks that he can get the bot scuttle, but Rengar's already done it.
It looks like he has no more potions mid lane. He used up the potions, both the Akali and the Vladimir. Both bot side having ADCs having their potions, and the support has both his. And Thresh took biscuits. Actually,
You know, I love biscuits. It's my favorite rune.
I liked it back when it was buffed and every ADC took it, and no ADCs took it anymore.
Yeah.
But it's still good on a lot of mana hungry different champions.
David playing this really aggressively with his pull.
Yeah, Akali being able to shove the wave under. And the poke's still coming through.
Yeah,
So she
playing it really well.
Making the Vladimir back off.
Top.
For how aggressive she's playing, though, Vladimir is actually ahead in CS right now. Interestingly, and it looks like we're gonna have some action bot lane. Tristana is gonna go in on the Jin, gets the explosive off, and Jin is gonna be able to escape. And Tristana taking a lot of minion damage. The first blood, force shot coming through on, and the roam from Akali coming down. And looks like she's going to be able to take down the Thresh, maybe? Nope, Thresh is going to get out.
Well played roam, well timed out of Akali there.
And like I
Axiom getting
said,
close to dying here in the bot, in the top. Will this be a
Scarl
solo
might
kill?
come in and save him. Yep. Scarl came in for the save for Axiom. And Rengar going
Axiom
for
being
the
shown that
2v1. Kali able to have 2 kills now in that bot. And not bot mid, but she got 1 bot.
wow. Ultimate Dan coming out with a big lead. Although not really too far in their favor right now. Does come from
Now,
that CS difference in bot, I guess. I mean, there's one in mid, but it's evened out by the one in top.
yeah, like I said, the Tristana was able to get on top of the Jhin, but with the roam from Akali and the heal from Jhin, he was able to take, I think it's Presence of Mind. No, it's not Presence of Mind. It's yeah, I think it is. The one that speeds you up when you use your Summoner's Runes. And get away.
Nimbus Cloak.
Yeah, Nimbus Cloak. Interested to see if the Akali continues to run bot, because I think that's the smartest decision for her. She's probably not going to be able to get very many solo kills on this Vladimir.
Yeah. I don't like how Axiom has a lead in top lane, but is perma shoving the lane. I'd like to see him freeze it if he can, and call for Olaf assistance and dominate the lane even harder.
Yeah, I definitely would. I wouldn't suggest just letting either Shin also get the lane priority either, now that he's level 6. Looks like he's going to be aggressive again. He's able to get good poke off, but the HP's even right now.
Yep. Baited his W out. Interestingly enough, Kled's going for the Sunfire here. After preseason was released, it was the most popular build, but it's changed a little bit recently to I can't remember what. I think it's Eclipse. Maybe it's not Eclipse. Gore
Eclipse
Drinker
was
maybe on
the.
him.
You're thinking Gore Drinker. Eclipse was the item that
Yeah.
got nerfed on lethality builds. Why Jhin doesn't really take lethality right now, or Smear.
Right.
But it looks like the gank topside is going to come in. Axiom using his ult to get away was able to escape. Also, Ultimate Dan was able to get the first mountain.
Yeah, Ultimate Dan playing this game out really well so far.
And Axiom going for the aggressive play, but not able to capitalize on it. And that's what he's kind of known for, being very aggressive in the top lane.
Yeah. Looks like he's going to use that aggression to get this early Rift Herald maybe out of for Olaf, I mean.
Now there's 3 people on Ultimate Dan in top. Looks like they were trying to cheese in the bush, but they are just going to take Rengar's blue, hand that over to Akali.
Something I'd like to talk about the early Tristana boots. You know, I love taking those early boots against hook champions like Thresh and Nautilus. Nautilus landing a great hook here onto Jhin. Gonna be chunked out of Jhin. Maybe even a solo kill. Oh, Tristana gets 6 and gets the solo kill onto, not solo kill, but the kill onto Jhin.
She's definitely keeping Jhin at bay, even though he had a. He technically had a CS lead until he died, but Tristana also being able to take tower plates very quickly.
Yeah. That was just a great hook out of Saber. Really well played.
But right now, it does look like Jhin might be going for the Eclipse build. Not Eclipse, going for the Gale Force build. I haven't
Yeah,
seen
that's
many
why I
people.
assume out of him.
Yeah, I haven't seen people go for the lethality build since the lethality nerfs, but Gale Force was also speculated to be Jin's best ADC item before they found out how good Eclipse was.
Mm-hmm.
Almost losing his Scar. I'm surprised he didn't there, actually.
Yeah.
But keeping the pressure up in top lane. Olaf just looks like he's going to back instead of going for anything there. Thresh pushes up. Right now, this is really going how we expected in the bot lane in favor of the Tristana. Scaling Tristana, as you know, is definitely not fun late game.
Yeah, but that's not how I like to play Tristana, as you could have told earlier. I like to int my games on Tristana. The 10 death power spike's pretty great on her.
The
Let's see,
10 death
David
power
not
spike.
getting out here.
Yeah, it looks like Axiom's gonna try and go in. Just gets the poke off. That's 2 tower plates heading over to the Tristana in the.
Yeah, and that was a shutdown onto Yogiza on the Rengar. 450 gold going into his pocket.
Looks like they're going to have both junglers come down. Rengar got slow. The TP from Shin coming through, and that is a death for the Olaf.
Wow.
Looks like Tristana's going to go down too, and they get the hook on top of the Nautilus.
Late
The
TP, this is
Cled
just a disaster for Ultimate Dan.
I think that was a little late from. I was a little late from Axiom for that TP.
Yep. And a huge swing into Lamar Jackson fan club's pockets. Yeah, that was a great Shen ulti out of Ozenaj, Jason. I'm not sure.
Yeah, I
And
want to say
I
the
don't know if Yan saw it. Yan kind of looked like he entered under turret there.
Yeah, I think that's purely was also just a huge thresh gap. Like that whole play right there, the flash into the flail into the hook on the Nautilus. That was pretty insane right there.
It was a great play out of Thresh. Unfortunately, taking 2 of the kills from his teammates, though. Still a great play regardless.
It's a thresh gap. Don't worry.
Yep.
It's the thresh carry.
Both supports playing really well so far, though, this game.
Yeah, both having really good engages. Obviously, in the first kill with the Nautilus being able to get a really good hook before they ran away from tower, and then Thresh getting the double kill. Probably would have been preferred that he handed that over to the Jhin or Rengar, but still being able to shut down Tristan is really good. Looks like we're going to see more action in the river.
Akali going in here.
Akali probably not going to make this one out, but she does ult away, and the Nautilus lands a hook. Olaf being able to get the kill on top of Rengar. And it doesn't look like you're going to be able to follow. Oh, Thresh landing the hook on Nautilus, and the Jhin ult. Does he get the force shot? No. Not able to land the force shot on Olaf.
Wow. Lamar Jackson fan club able to pull that one back into just a 1-for-1. However, I would say it would go in Ultimate Dan's favor, except for Lamar Jackson fan club has the health difference and will pick up this dragon.
Yeah, definitely. These team fights are some of the more exciting team fights I've seen in most of the games we've had this week. Very back and forth, a lot of action going on, especially between the supports. Both supports just being game changers for these team fights. As Shin TP's in and is going to go after the Clud. Looks like about an even trade there as Shin's going to take some minion damage.
Yeah, and both the top lane for Ultimate Dan is amassing a big gold lead. Not gold lead, I'm sorry, CS lead. Whereas Lamar Jackson fan club is getting a big CS lead in mid lane.
Well, the Clud is about 1,000, not 1,000, over about it is 1,000 gold ahead on the Shin right now.
Okay.
So he is pretty far up, and then the Vladimir being able to. Oh, the game's been paused. Seems like mid is having some ping issues. Akali. Yeah, the CS. The gold lead in bot lane isn't as insane, but definitely the Vladimir is way ahead of the Akali right now in gold, and then like I said, the 1,000 gold lead on the Clud.
Yeah, so it'll be interesting to see who carries these team fights coming into the middle game. This has been a pretty close game so far.
And looks like they're going to try it, and looks like Rengar actually might be able to. And yeah, Rengar able to take down the Akali. Olaf coming in with the ultimate, able to take down the Rengar. Looks like he's going to try and get out before anything more happens. And he was able to get. Yep, with the. That's the Vladimir ult. The delay on the Vladimir ult was able to get him. I don't think it was the Ignite.
Yeah, I think that Ian needed to stay in that fight and try to a heal to try to on his health bar. He might have been able to duel that Vlad.
Yeah, most likely. I think his ult was still up by the time he ran away. Probably could have done something there, but the the trade going in favor of Lamar Jackson.
Mm-hmm. One thing to note is that Saber is doing a pretty good job keeping vision control down in the bot side river. They should set up well and snowball into a second dragon for them if they keep it. Actually, there's just better ward control all over the map for Ultimate Dan.
Yeah, definitely this game is actually kind of exciting to me because it's humongous. I feel like the supports have just played a humongous part in everything that's happening.
Mm-hmm.
The Thresh and the Nautilus. The Rift Herald
Looks like
summoned to the top.
they're gonna try to crash this, which is I don't know how great of an idea that is if bot lane's rotating up.
Thresh is
Yeah,
actually
Thresh is
like,
behind, but I think
missed
this might be inting.
able to get
Oh,
the
they
flail
actually.
back, and the W lands on Olaf that ulted. It looks like
If
that.
I were that Kled and Olaf, I fight that 100% of the time.
Yeah, and that means Rengar actually was able to go down. And they should be taking bot turret right now as the fight breaks out top lane. Thresh is caught out by the Nautilus and the Olaf. And
Yeah. As the
Thresh,
Shen gets one, Thresh also goes down. Oh,
Thresh is
Thresh actually staying alive.
able to live, almost gets Jen out, and it looks like does and Thresh gets another kill.
And that's a 2 for 2.
Yeah, but like you said, I
That looked
think one
bad
of them
for. Sorry?
I said one of the kills went to Thresh still.
Oh, jeez. Yeah. Thresh having a bad. Thresh having a bounty on his head is not good for this game.
Like I said, like I said,
Let's.
the Thresh definitely making a huge difference in almost all these team fights that have gone for
For sure.
Lamar
Yeah,
Jackson.
I would say a strong Thresh right now is probably the best support in the game.
I'd say the MVP of both teams has to be the Nautilus and the Thresh right now. The support's coming through. And it looks like Kali getting
Wow.
caught out again bot lane by the
David showing some impressive mechanics, but it's not enough coming out of the Akali, and looks like that will be a thrown dragon. You know, I do think that even though the gold lead is in Lamar Jackson's hands, I think that these team fights should be going in uh, Ultimate Dan's way.
definitely came back from what we saw before. Early game, Ultimate Dan was able to take a. They looked like they were going to take a really big lead, and Lamar Jackson fan club able to bring it back.
Hmm. Yeah. One thing to note is how big of a XP gap there is in the mid and jungle. Uh, Obviously, that's up to the CS differential. I mean, 50 CS difference in mid and jungle is pretty huge.
Yeah, especially since you can't really label it as the Olaf being more aggressive than the Rengar, as we've seen Olaf in almost all these fights as well. And looks like Axiom is going to have to use that ultimate to get away once again. Rengar going in on the Nautilus to get him
Oh,
down.
and
The
this
hook
is a good
landing
pick.
from Fresh, and Nautilus goes down. The
David
Shindig.
says, I don't care. David says, I'm going to push mid AFK. Don't worry. Same with Tristana. They're just trying to get gold wherever they can right now, and it's actually keeping the gold lead stable.
Yeah, definitely with being 4 kills up and drag ahead. The 1,000 gold lead is not that bad. It could be a lot worse, but it looks like The Kled is going to go down, the Shin ulting on the Jin for the Olaf room, and it looks like Thresh is able to land another hook, but the the Tristana ultimate comes through, but should just be a dead, probably.
Yeah.
She actually
Tristana said,
pressed.
"I don't care about you."
Actually, interestingly enough, the Kali pressed E and went back into that on her own.
Yeah.
Um, Looks like Rengar going to try and dive the Olaf under lane. The Shin coming in, and I don't know if they're going to be able to get this top tower, but oh wait, no, the Rift Herald's actually down. And it looks like they're going to back off before the Rift Herald can take it.
Jan going a little too hard, but he does have the Gorge Anchor. Let's see if he can stay alive here. Flash is out and so close. Dodges the Jin W. Clyde coming in to save the day. Rengar inting.
And it looks like Kled might be able to get some if he can delay it for this Nautilus to get over. Even before that, actually, he's
Oh, he can solo this guy. There's no way the Shen gets out. Yep. Wow, what a close game this is.
It's
Looks like that might be Baron. Yeah, 3 down. That should be in the hands of Ultimate Dan for Baron.
yeah, they definitely and I think the gold gap should probably start stabilizing even a little bit more for them, but still a big CS differential between mid jungle versus Ultimate Dan's mid jungle.
For sure. Yeah, most of the gold right now is Ultimate Dan is in Cled's pocket. Hopefully they don't just let this Nautilus die here, and that is a death out of Lamar Jackson. Man, kind of getting a little too greedy there. That was the first death of the game. That's 900 gold in Tristana's pocket, and that's just a huge gold lead for Ultimate Dan now.
Yeah, especially with the Vladimir being having the highest amount of gold on the team. Not too well, it's actually Rengar now, but he had the highest amount of gold on the team at the time. And then having the shutdown as well given over to Tristana.
Interestingly enough, Yogiza still has not completed a mythic on this Rengar. He's gone a 3rd item mythic. I've actually not seen that in my entire time playing this preseason so far.
Yeah, I've seen people skip. I mean, Ezreal obviously skips his on his first item, but I've never seen anybody go 3 items mythic.
Yeah, so let's see if once he finally gets it, if he ramps up in power a lot. You know, I do like the Edge of Night and Yumu's Ghostblade on Rengar, but 1st and 2nd seems a little too early. The
Yeah, I
mythic
wouldn't
just
mind
feels so
getting
strong
the.
right now.
I mean, Yuma's Ghostblade, I wouldn't mind just because of the speed boost and just being able to get into fights quicker. But definitely having the early core drinker, I feel like would have been a little bit more optimal. But 2 Sunfire Aegises, as we were talking about before with the Kled going for it, they have 2 Sunfire Aegises actually in the top lane right now.
Yeah, and Axiom not inting. He's going in here on Lamar Jackson fan. Looks like Lamar Jackson fan is still alive in this fight. Insane fight going on right now. Axiom actually gets him, gets his remount and dies at throwing remount. Saber getting caught here on Thresh. Wow. Grand Tesoro on the Jin, sniping like an American sniper.
Yeah, the
What an interesting
Tristana
fight.
probably could have saved him there too, but it looks like Nautilus might go down before the. But Tristana might be able to. No, Tristana couldn't even get the kill on Thresh.
Yeah, I mean, in the end, Trist actually did save his life, but for her own.
I love the BM right there.
Yeah, and just unfortunately for Ultimate Dan, they just keep getting caught and getting losing fights every time Dragon's up.
Yeah, it was. Like I said, the Thresh right there, throwing his mastery around, living off of a sliver of HP. I love seeing that actually, as someone who has done it myself.
Yeah, and that fight actually could have turned around for Ultimate Dan if they did get the Skarl remount onto Kled. So close. Game of inches in that team fight.
Yeah, definitely was a really good engage by Axiom, but it looked like once he went in, there was just no one around at that point, and it was just pretty much him versus the world at that guy.
Yep. You know, I've been playing with Evil Mailbox recently, and if that Vlad was on my team, Mailbox would be yelling at him saying, "Why are you taking my blue buff?"
That, as someone who plays on his team, that sounds about right. Actually, as his ADC.
Ooh, is Jin got out here? So close, so close. Probably not going for it.
No, if Akali would have went for that, she probably would have not lived through that before she could kill the Jin with his Shin and Thresh being there anyway.
Yeah, I know if that was my Akali, I would have entered there 100% of the time. I would have flashed on top of that Jin.
Yeah,
Misses
it
the
looks like
E, doesn't matter.
Jin is going to go down.
Are they going to dive the Shen? He is low.
It looks like they're going to back off, but they might just try and shove this into the again.
Yeah. They don't have
Oh,
the wave clear for this.
and
Axiom getting caught.
Axiom probably going to go down here for free. And it looks like
Wow.
Olaf wasted the ult. And the Tristana able to get away with the rocket jump.
And this game has just been so back and forth.
Yeah, it was a little greedy, I'd have to say, by them. But yeah, the gold lead's only at 500 right now. Still 26 minutes into the game. Like I said before, this is either going to be a really short game, or this is going to be a really long game.
I expect to see some more importance being taken onto this next dragon, especially out of Ultimate Dan. And I don't think they want Lamar Jackson fan club to be getting this dragon at all. So I'm expecting the game to last another 10-12 minutes,
Yeah.
depending on how dragons and barons go.
Yeah, if I'm Ultimate Dan right now, I would definitely be trying to go for that. Not only because how strong Ocean buff is, but a Vladimir with Ocean buff. With the Ocean Soul.
That's not fun.
No, it doesn't at all. I hate Vladimir late game as it is. But Vladimir with even more healing sounds like a nightmare.
Yeah. Speaking of healing, Ultimate Dan actually doesn't have any anti-healing going against a Gore Drinker, Rengar, and Vladimir.
Technically, they have the Kled.
Technically, yeah.
Kled has a built-in Grievous Wounds, but we should probably try and see if the Tristana will build a more reminder soon.
David using his E here and immediately getting blown up because of it. Saber getting stuck in the pit. He's going to have to flash out, but his flash is not up. It's going to be up in 10 seconds, and he's just dead. That's going to be Baron for Lamar Jackson fan club.
Yeah, this Akali's been caught out a couple times for the aggression. I mean, I don't blame them for the aggression, and it's an Akali, but just getting caught out a couple times here and giving up some key objectives.
Is Jan going to steal? Jan steals the Baron buff.
Baron buff. Wow.
Holy moly.
Able to flash in and steal the Baron buff in chat. Okay, Yogi. A little bit of trash talk going on between the two junglers right now. Now that's got to be devastating after getting that pick on Akali and thinking you secured Baron, and probably would have gotten an inhib off of it too. But the dragon will be spawning here soon.
Yeah. Yogiza is going to be saying, all right, look, you did it once. This is goal. Yan coming back from spawn. Let's see how this team fight erupts, if they're even going to fight for it at all.
Yeah, I would love to see Olaf steal the dragon as well. I think that would be awesome if he was able to do that again. But it looks like the Tristana is going to go down. The Kled is using his ult to get away, but damage coming in through from the Olaf, and the Shin ult comes through. A very low Akali trying to take down this Rengar. Doesn't look like that's going to happen either.
It's possible if they kill Yogiza here, though, that there can be a steal. Jan's going to have to end for this, but it doesn't look like he's going to. And that's going to be Ocean Soul.
Ocean Soul coming through could not make magic happen twice. So, like I said,
someone in chat saying, TF, is David smoking, and looking at that int on the Yogiza, I kind of want some of that.
Sounds like some good shit, actually.
Yeah, it's interesting. With the start that Akali had going, I believe 2-0. It's pretty rough to see her being 3-9 now and down so much CS. I was hoping for a little bit more out of her, and it's just unfortunate the way things unfolded.
Yeah, I expected her to be down CS. She was down CS pretty early just because of the roams, but she was able to get so much going in the bot lane off that early roam. And I think it just comes down to lack of communication between the Akali and the rest of the team because she seemed, even in that fight, to be pretty far away from her team, low against the Rengar.
Yeah.
Level 14
And
Akali to level 16
I know
Rengar.
we've talked about it before, but I think if Lamar Jackson fan club pulls out this win, that the MVP for me has got to be this Thresh. 3-0-14 down there.
Yeah, definitely.
I
Honestly,
mean, for
that
sure this
is
is a MVP caliber performance.
seeing the 3 kills on the Thresh. That is a Rune Tato Thresh, if I've ever seen one. If you've ever played with Rune Tato, you know what I mean. But
Yeah, I mean, Rune definitely likes to take his kills, I guess.
he doesn't like to. He has a problem with it sometimes on the hook champs. They do a little bit more damage than his usual champs. But
hmm
if he's watching, I just kind of wanted to throw that shade right there. For the last time he played Nautilus with me. But
I would like to see this Akali side laning more than she is. She is going to be keeping the CS gap if she just sits mid. She needs to try to build some of it back, but I guess that Ultimate Dan just wants to play ARAM this game. Saber kind of going in when his team's backing off. That's a miscommunication. It actually gets Funky Chicken Dog and Saber killed.
yeah, I don't know about that that hook onto. Oh, the missed Q on the Jhin. And the Jhin ultimate coming through. And
Yeah, Ultimate Dan.
Baron out. I haven't
Wow,
seen flash out of it.
looks like they went to their local diner and got the int special.
Yeah, it was pretty. I don't know. The Nautilus hook was very questionable. The I didn't see the beginning of the fight in bot lane, but the Nautilus hook when the Tristana was a little questionable to dive
Ew,
to there.
extremely, yeah.
And the Grievous
Lamar
one.
Jackson fan.
Ooh, can the Nautilus? And he's gonna
And
get.
that's a solo kill out of Axiom, looking like a star performer for Ultimate Dan coming in as a sub.
Yeah, we were talking about that Grievous wounds, and maybe that Grievous wounds that just applied on the Vladimir. Promote his team to try and get more. Because it doesn't. Well, actually, Tristana now picking up the Executioner's Calling and Apollo with the Oblivion.
And Kled actually did pick up the Bramble Vest for that fight.
But it looks like they are going to hover around this Baron, trying to see as the Kled is bot, just pushing in. All the pings coming in here for the Baron bit.
Axiom doing what he can this game, trying to get this bot in hit before Baron spawns. He does get the tower. Rengar, I don't know if he's catching or if he's caught out. I really can't tell.
And Kali almost landing the E, but really just using it to get away.
Yeah, and the real winner of that is Ultimate Dan. Unless Lamar Jackson fan club does secure this Baron. Maybe we get to see an extra Yan special.
I was just about to say his flash and his smite are both up.
Yep. Yogi's just finally, or Lil TJ just finally now sweeping the pit.
Now it looks like they're backing off the Baron, and looks like even Kled is still in the bot lane, but these kills are coming through.
Dog getting caught out there.
Have Olaf almost dead. as
And
Axiom comes
Axiom
down.
1v4. I
He
guess
no
it's no.
longer has Scarl, so it's not looking good. Scarl might no. Scarl could not come back in time.
Triple kill out of Grand Sora. They're playing really good Jhin here. Looks like they might just go for the end mid lane. Pinging Thresh back, I guess, for the wave, even though he can't really clear very well. Split decisions being made. They say, well, where the hell do we go? Do we go bot? Do we go mid? Do we go jungle? And Rengar says, you know what? I don't really care. I'm just going to go jungle. Let's get this Baron.
Yeah, definitely just the Thresh and the Rengar are going to go for the Baron, and Vladimir's going to push in on the mid turret. As Axiom will not be up for another 25 seconds. Everybody else should be coming up pretty soon on Ultimate Dan. As we see the pings coming through for the Elder Dragon, that might be the game ender here. Is the if one of these teams is able to get the Elder Dragon, that might just
Yeah,
be
it might be if they can get it. I mean, Ultimate Dan is running there. Yogisa's taking this extremely slowly, so we might actually see Ultimate Dan take the Elder buff and then fight Lamar Jackson fan club. Yogisa's sprinting there, though.
Yeah, Shen's ult is down, by the way, and Kled ult is up. So this could be the
Oh
missing,
my
but
god.
able to get the
Fucking
stun off
chicken
anyway.
dog.
Tristana is dead. The Shen coming through with the taunts, and so much happening right now. But Axiom able to get a couple picks right there. But he is
3
the
dead for
only.
Ultimate Dan. 4 dead, excuse me, and that is an ace, and that should be game. They should just walk it down mid here and say GG. Screw the Elder buff. We don't want that. We're going mid. And what a great game out of both teams.
Yeah, definitely kept the game very interesting in the early game, and just Ultimate Dan able to pull it back. The Vladimir able to scale up the Rengar. I mean, that's his highest master champion. He's insane on the Rengar, but this Thresh, that was insane from the Thresh.
Yeah, you know, honestly, I was gonna agree and say that, you know, maybe it should be the Thresh MVP, but that Yogiza one-shotting Triss there just essentially won him the fight instantly, so I mean, it's
Yep.
a toss-up between the two.
But yeah, I still think it should be the Thresh though. I mean, who got them to that position is the
True,
question.
true.
Does he get the one shot to win the game without the Thresh landing every hook?
You're right. It would be hard to give the MVP to any one member on Lamar Jackson fan club. They all played spectacularly, especially in team fights.
Yeah, I definitely say Axiom and Jan were keeping them in the game very late. Later on with the Baron steal and Axiom being able to get a couple picks and good engages off, but the lead mid and the lead bot that was able to be built just was too much.
All right, so it looks like
Yeah, we're
looks
gonna
like
have
we are going to get Lamar Jackson in here for a quick interview.
whenever he's probably just relishing in the win, and he's here. How's it going, Lamar?
Hi, how are you guys?
Doing
That
great.
was an
How you feeling after that win?
Well, it was a great effort from everyone on our team. I think we improved our draft a lot. Um, the everyone just played great, especially Fresh. Everyone did well overall, and I think this is a big morale booster for our team.
Absolutely.
yeah. We've been talking about the Thresh a lot. So with that being said, would you consider the Thresh the MVP of that game?
Um, I think if I could honor my entire team, if I could say the entire team was the MVP, I would, because everyone did great. I'm really proud of them. I think draft was a really good advantage for us because they banned out my Yasuo and Yone. But so I think they could have spent the other bans on other lanes, but I guess they were too afraid to give me those champions.
Right. Were you expecting a Rengar ban?
Uh, no, I wasn't.
So
Okay.
you knew the Rengar would go through?
Yeah, we definitely thought the Rengar would go through. Considering, I mean, like last game, Yogiza did great on the Kane. Remember, if you guys remember that. So we were expecting maybe, oh, they're gonna probably ban Kane or Hecarim or another jungler like that. So we said let's give them let's let Rengar through. We don't think they'll ban him.
Yeah,
Great.
I was
Obviously, it was a great draft out of you guys. I mean, you got the win, and you all played fantastically.
Yep.
What do you think that you improved on specifically, other than draft, to get this win?
Um. Well, I mean, like my identity in this league right now is the Yasuo Yone one trick. So I mean, people like to assume that I can't play the game. I'm like a silver player outside of the game, but I think I've been practicing champs like Vlad a lot. I've been playing Silas, Victor, champs like that, and I'm much more comfortable on champions outside of Yasuo and Yone. Um, so I think I've expanded my champ pool greatly. We did make a change at top. We brought in one of our close friends, and he did great with the Shen ults, the taunting. That was really great.
Yeah, it
Yeah,
seems like
definitely.
every team fight you guys had very good cohesion throughout
Yep.
all, being able to get the pick spot lane and having a disadvantage in the top lane with 3v4s with you, and not sorry, but with Rengar and like the Shin being bot and you guys all being top, being able to just pull out the 3v4.
Yeah,
Yeah, I
for
mean,
sure.
I think we executed well. We got the win, and it's great for our team. I think we do have some things we need to work on for the playoffs. But today, I'm really proud of my team, and we did great today.
Absolutely. I think so as well. One last question before we move on here. Um, Ultimate Dan brought in Axiom in the top lane. Were you did that change your draft?
Yes, we did. We were made aware that he was an emergency sub, so I took a look at his games, and he's an Aatrox one trick. Couldn't let that pick go through, so we banned it out. Second phase, they still had not picked top lane, so we banned his secondary champion Renekton. Really didn't want to play against that either.
Right. Yeah, I would say that obviously you guys won, you did a great job, but I would say that if Ultimate Dan was on the winning side of this, that Axiom might have been a MVP in performance out of him. He
Yeah,
was
he did great.
definitely a threat.
Yeah, props to him.
Yeah. Well, thank you so much for this interview, and congratulations again on your win.
Yep, thank you. Have a good one.
Have a good one.
Should be bringing in Funky Chicken Dog now. As soon as he is ready to join. There we go. How's it going, man?
Hey, what's up? It's good over here.
Yeah, that was a
Yeah.
really good game. Actually.
Hey, I appreciate that. We try. Yeah, you guys want a little insider on the Ultimate Dance strategy?
I would love the insider on the Ultimate Dance strategy.
We were thinking of just full sending it, Cledulting into their base, and just fucking going for it. But they had Baron back, so we opted to not troll. It was tragic.
Damn, that would have really made that game even spicier.
Yeah, if they didn't take Baron, you know Ultimate Dan would have been on that.
Heck yeah.
Yeah. I actually,
So
I have a quick question about Jan. Is he listed under your guys' team right now? I've seen him play for you guys like 2 weeks, and it says he's a trial.
Jan? Yeah, no, Jan is that Jan guy. He's played with us every game.
I think whenever it was on there, it said trial for him.
Oh yes, what about that?
Yeah, it just
So,
says.
Eats Pastries here. The reason for that is Yanni is a trial in the administrative group of this particular Discord server. So
Okay,
his team name is not on there, but that's why it says trial instead of his team name.
I just got confirmation.
thanks for clearing that up for us.
Yeah.
But he played really well on top of Sam, your guys' emergency sub, but just getting that Baron steal, that had to be huge
Oh,
confidence boost.
yeah. That was definitely pretty hype. It was an up and down game. Like there were a lot of moments where we are like super behind, then we win a team fight, then we're behind, then we steal a Baron.
Yeah. It was super back and forth gameplay. Talking about just the draft, how do you think the draft went for you guys?
Oh, I hate Vladimir. It was a mistake leaving him open, I think. But the dude plays Fizz, Yon, Yasuo, and Vladimir. Oh God, I didn't even know what to do. They're all so bad.
You could have done what my team did, just pick Renekton against his Yasuo.
Yeah, actually, true. Just bruiser mid at that point.
Yeah, yeah. Uh, laning phase. Do you want to talk about your laning phase a little bit?
Sure. So for bot lane, I think we could have been a little more aggressive because it was Tristana Nautilus and we didn't solo kill too much. It probably could have been a little better.
Mhm.
I can't say much about the other lanes. I know that Kled was doing really well, solo laning at least. David, I don't know. I wasn't watching the other lanes too much, but I think mid lane was a little tough.
Yeah.
And David,
Yeah.
of
So
course,
he did
isn't a
get.
mid lane main. So
Oh, okay. What is his main? Sorry.
so he's our top laner, but our mid laner wasn't here. So a little bit of
Oh, okay.
subs and flexing around and stuff.
Gotcha. I can explain it. Yeah, I mean, he did well. He got an early lead for you guys bot lane, I believe. Got 2 kills, but then started bleeding CS in the mid lane.
Oh yeah, true. That was a really good roam bot, I think.
Yeah. It was. So coming into that game, I was expecting the Olaf to, get the dragon pressure and start stacking dragons for you guys, but it seemed like every single time dragon was about to spawn, you guys got caught out.
Yeah, definitely. I can definitely see that. We should have played around dragons a lot more. I think I agree with that.
My
Well,
quick
going into
question,
next week. Oh, sorry.
my quick question for you is real quick. Just because I mentioned it in draft, what was the thought process behind Samira ban instead of the Jin?
Samir ban so the Jin. Well, uh so I personally don't like Samira a lot, and I knew that I would be able to pick either Draven or Tristana into the Jin, which is like a good matchup for me. But and I think the laning phase went fine, and I don't even think Jin was too big of a problem there, as much as like the Vladimir or Rengar maybe. So I don't think letting the Jin through was too bad for me, in my
Yeah, I
opinion.
can agree to that.
Yeah, we
I,
were just
I
talking about it, so I wanted to know like what you thought Samira versus Jin.
Yeah,
Mhm.
Jin probably is better though, to be fair.
Yeah. So going into next week, what would you up about maybe your play style or draft?
I think communication and objectives is pretty important because I don't think winning through just like winning every solo lane and just playing better like that is the way to play a 5v5 tournament. I think that's not what we would want to focus on.
Yeah. Yeah, for sure. So
Well,
do you think that maybe uh I don't know, how would you change that in draft? Objective control, I
Um,
guess.
in draft, maybe I guess a team. Well, first of all, we probably should be picking team fight comps regardless.
Hmm.
Just because I think that's better in this like type of league, and I think that would be like a good start. It's hard to
Hmm.
like think of how to do it in draft, but
Right.
that's probably just one way.
Gotcha. Well, thank you so much for this interview, Funky Chicken Dog. Sorry about your loss, and I wish you luck in the future.
Oh yeah, no, all good. Thanks for commentating, guys. Taking the
Of
time.
course.
It's really generous of you guys. So
I really
Of course.
actually appreciated watching your gameplay today. I'm looking forward after playing, watching you play, playing you next week. very
Hey,
much.
let's go. Yeah, I'm sure all games with Ultimate Dan are gonna be bangers. So we'll see.
All
All right, peace, guys. GG's.
right, bye bye.
Well, that will be it for us this week. 3 games coming out today. Next week, I don't know what the first game is next week. I don't know if they've been scheduled yet, but definitely a game to end on. Out of the games I've watched today, this was definitely, if you stayed for this one of the better games I saw today.
Absolutely, gonna be a banger of sets of games next week.
You want
Thank
to
you
wrap it
everyone
up?
for. Yeah, well, I can wrap it up. And thank you everyone for tuning in tonight. You know, we've had a huge day of games we've had today. But appreciate tuning in and chatting and being a part of this AVG league. It is kind of late, so have a good night, everyone.